Hey, what's good? What's popping? And what's cracking in this motherfucker? All right. Now, hey, I ain't tell y'all, check this out. I got the Sotomayor shirt on. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's the Sotomayor and Candace Owens 2024. That's who I'm voting for, nigga. Straight up. That's who I rock with. Motherfucking big ups to Candace Owens and big ups to my main man, Tommy Sotomayor. Big heavy supporter of his content and of her content. And that's how we rocking for the 2024. You know what I'm saying? Quiet is kept. But I said I'm a star, Now dig this. Wait, hold on. Dig this. Hold on. Oh, yeah. I'm sitting at the John. And yeah, man, it's a little fly little joint I just threw on right there. A little something. I got this joint made like a year ago. You know what I'm saying? And I said I'm gonna go ahead and start wearing these shits, some fly shit. This Canadian whiskey be getting the motherfucker right, but I don't really like it though. John A, what's popping, bro?
Yes, sir.
Hey, so I know you ain't really want to talk about the white kid over there, I guess
that white dude.
Yeah. I mean, I feel you on that. But I guess I kind of want to bring him up because what I came to the realization is that, like with him and Dylan Roof and all that, Black folks tend to respond the exact same way when that shit goes down. You see Black folks over there, they sobbing and crying, and then and you know what's so funny? I shared it with y'all. Uncle Ben out there, he then flew out to New York, and he over his.
Oh shit!
Huh?
No, I was just saying, oh shit! Like, I'm thinking about the Ben, not Ben, but I was thinking about the Buffalo.
Yeah.
I saw one clip where they was the white guy saw another white guy. He didn't even shoot him.
Yeah.
That shit crazy.
He was like, sorry,
my bad.
That was nice.
That's some fucked up shit.
That was nice. I respect that.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, he's white. We're not.
Right. Yeah, I know.
I wish niggas had that much consideration. You downtown or you wherever the fuck you are, and then you see another nigga like, oh shit, my bad.
Oh
dog.
shit,
I'm gonna kill this motherfucker.
That's how we used to be.
Over there.
Yeah,
y'all
going something else. I'm gonna tell y'all something else. Y'all notice these white supremacists, where do they go shoot? Where it's old, defenseless Black folks at? A fucking grocery store. A church.
A church, yeah.
Because guess what? They, as much as they want to talk about Chicago and the black on black crime and all of that, they ain't bringing their ass over here where the guns really at.
He know what's up. See, they know what it is.
No.
Yeah. Now he's from New York, right? And he drove all the way up West New York. Take your bitch ass to Brooklyn. Take your ass to Staten, or take your ass.
Yeah, he was in the state of New York. He wasn't even a tri-state.
Right. But see, he knew where to go.
All different places.
That's how you know that's how you know that wasn't no real suicide mission, and he had no intention of shooting himself in the head in the first damn place.
He killed himself?
Remember they said he had put the gun in his head and stuff? Dude, that was all show. That was all show. Because if you was really willing to die for that shit, you would have went to Brooklyn. You would have went to Queens or whatever.
So would have.
Because there's niggas out there with
would have.
You know what I'm saying?
They be standing right in front of them goddamn projects waiting on his ass.
But see, a lot of them niggas is cowards. Like I say, that's why I
don't think they would be so ready to kill him. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I disagree.
You don't think black people would hurt him?
No. These niggas are out here shooting each other. They ain't never gonna turn
because ain't nobody else around to shoot. Ain't nobody else around to shoot. Hello, it's the hood.
If a white motherfucker, and I always use the analogy that when motherfuckers talk about like white people do the same shit, right? And I will say in response, well, you don't hear about white people doing drive-bys and shit in the hood. If that so happened to be the case, and I'm talking about in the hood, to say that motherfucker went on the low end. Get a drive-by. Niggas out there got straps, they finna bust back. I guarantee you that. If they hear
That's maybe
bullet,
the other reason that he didn't, because he wouldn't have been able to. First of all, he wouldn't have been able to kill as many people as he killed because he would have got shot back probably faster than he would have shot people.
Which is true,
right?
And see, I don't agree with none of this. In what world are these niggas? First of all, in what world are these niggas? Where did these niggas magically learn to shoot from? These niggas have when do they ever hit their intended target?
They don't. They be drunk and high every time they shoot.
But goddamn it, you gotta know something. Somebody, look, they hit people. They hit somebody. Goddamn it.
They're gonna hit somebody that didn't have shit to do with it.
Somebody.
That's what they do. They get drunk. They be literally drunk and high, inebriated all day. They don't do shit else. Whatever little money they hustle to rob.
All day.
Yes, they do.
The motherfuckers wake up.
These
they got some steel reserve.
These some cop syrup drinking motherfuckers. They taking perks and
they pill poppers too.
Right. They be
taking all kinds of fucking pills.
They too busy shooting and running. They too busy shooting and running. They don't know how to shoot. They actually shooting. They shooting behind. They got their hands behind them shooting. They too busy trying to run. They not focusing on their target. They say target, they just start shooting and start running. That's the dumb shit.
Yep.
Like I just watched the video where the guy was in a car and the other guy was walking. He walked up on the dude in the car and started shooting. Wow. But he ran, he shot, and he turned around and started like trying to run the shoot at the same time. So the guy that was in the car actually shot him back. So they shot each other. But the guy that had the upper hand, he got shot the most because he trying to run. How you woke up on somebody? They scared, they punks, they just doing something. They just got a gun in their hand and just doing something.
Yeah, because it's easy to get guns. I mean, they gotta be real cheap or they order them online. It's one of the two or both. And so
now they getting these dumbass females out here to get these concealed carry license, and they're going to buy them guns.
Let's not forget the military selling them to their asses too now.
That's what they most of them that's in the neighborhood now. They got these dumbass girls going to get these concealed carry license, and then they going and buy these guns and giving them to them, and they out here doing dumbass shit. I think they need to go back to holding motherfuckers accountable for whoever name the gun is in.
That's a straw purchase. Sound like it to me.
And that's what they doing. They getting their girlfriends to go take the classes and stuff because they got felonies, so they can't get it. They got their dumbass girlfriends out here. Then these girls don't know no better. They thinking they want to be these ride or die. Right. Everybody want to be a ride or die chick. And that's why a lot of them getting killed too.
Where we going? Why we gotta die? What's going on?
How you gonna ride down?
See, that's why they'll drop you right back off, and then Cat Daddy gonna move back in your life.
Too. You better
But the crazy part about it is exactly. And that's the thing. And like the crazy part about it is though, these females out here, these younger females out here, they are the ones that's like with the shit. Like they up in the gas space cussing them out, talking shit to them. And then that's where the shooting and shit coming from. It's really not even regulating from the guys in this day and era now. It's really these females out here want to prove that they just as tough as the guys, and that's why a lot of them is losing their lives as well.
You're right.
And that's why we need to be more women. If they put them in their place, we wouldn't have these issues. Smack around in that.
Take it back to the 50s, 40s.
That's why we got.
Well, I'll put it like this. I'm pretty sure that if it came to it, they're going to protect their guns, but they talking about doing some kind of loopholes with this Roe versus Wade, because they said that the Constitution never talks about women or it never talks about abortion, but then the Second Amendment never talks about ammunition. So they're trying to use that as a counter to cancel out Roe versus Wade, because it will be a problem with abortions and all of that stuff. But what people don't realize with Roe versus Wade is that it sets precedents to roll back a lot of other things which affect a lot of other people, but it's also a privacy issue.
Right.
And privacy is people can come up in your house and say, we heard you got ammunition, let us search, and you can't do a goddamn thing about it because you have no privacy.
Ebony, explain to us, because I'm not familiar. I did see it floating around Facebook. Explain to us what the Roe versus Wade case was about.
It basically was about privacy between a woman and her doctor and what she decides to do with her body. It also coincides with something called Casey, or Roe versus Casey, or the state versus Casey, where a woman there was a point where a woman had to tell her husband if she had an abortion or not.
Okay.
So if they roll these cases back, of course, abortion is illegal. And your privacy when you go to the hospital, that's out the window. So if you go in there because you're pregnant and you have a miscarriage, which actually happened in Texas, the woman had a miscarriage. They put her in jail for murder.
Get out of here.
Wow,
and see, the issue with the privacy is the doctors called and reported it to the authorities.
Wow.
They have to, right?
Because there's no privacy.
Right. So they have to.
Which means they can listen. They can listen in on your. They can listen in on your phone calls. They can track you wherever you go.
Yeah.
You know, people getting these fucking electric cars. They trace you and wherever the fuck you at. Cut your car off.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're paying,
they start doing that anyway.
And then guess what? And see, the thing is the wording that Judge Alito used, where he said that these things that were not deeply rooted in the Constitution. Now, what's deeply rooted in the Constitution? White men and their power, not women, not blacks, not anybody else, not LGBTQIA.
I'm glad you mentioned that. That's who the problem really is the white man.
And well, I mean, and that's the thing. That's the thing. See, white men are, first of all, they realize they dying out. Their numbers are dying, which is why they're stopping the abortions. But if they roll the power back before they go to a time where white men stay in power, that means white men are always going to be enforcing the same thing over and over and over
again. Yep. Now that I've heard that somewhere. Yep.
But I think this kind of ties in a little bit with the whole swirling thing. If for no other reason to keep their numbers up.
That shit will be illegal though. That will be illegal next.
Really?
And then Brown versus Board of Education, the Ogilvy, whatever it is, where they outlaw gay marriage.
Yeah.
Faggots getting married.
Did y'all hear about in Indiana? I just heard 3 days. I think the senator here want to stop interracial marriage.
Wow.
And see, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. They trying to make it all states' rights, right? And y'all do know what a lot of the white supremacists say, that the Civil War was fought over states' rights.
Yep.
But see, in that case, it was the states' rights to own slaves. This will be the states' rights to let you marry who you want to. Make your woman have a baby. Oh, and let's not mention they pushing like the age requirement back. They just had to like redo something in Tennessee. There was no legal age limit for marriage. So a 10-year-old girl could get married.
That's crazy.
Which protects her molester.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, but guess what? There was a case I just read about where this woman, this girl went to the doctor with her mother. She was 14. She was married to a 47-year-old man. Her mother set the shit up.
Wow. I bet you what color she was.
Yeah, what color was she?
What color y'all think? She wasn't black.
Exactly.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I was thinking about that nigga.
Exactly, yeah.
That nigga,
white like a motherfucker.
I thought that was...
See, white women always on board with they white men because they try to preserve the race.
And see, that's been a big thing on social media because now they in trouble. They trying to get the black women to, enlist with them. And and most black women on TikTok is like, no, this is y'all shit. Y'all been voting with them for the past 50 years. Now look at it. Now, fuck y'all. We've been telling y'all that they gonna do some shit like this. Because, a lot of people don't understand. It's always been about white supremacy. The reason that Planned Parenthood and shit is in is in motion now is because of Margaret Sanger, which wanted to do the eugenics movements.
Right.
I don't know if y'all know about the eugenics movement. She wanted to eliminate what they consider undesirables, which of course was us and who they consider feeble-minded and poor white people.
So that's hence birth control and to that nature. Okay, but at the end of the day, if we don't buy into it, then it ain't gonna have no effect. It's the same.
But guess who they got enlisted to help us buy into it?
Black women.
No, black preachers.
Yep.
Even Jesse Jackson asked.
Wow.
Even Jesse Jackson. See, the problem is all of this shit was done to basically, lower everybody else's birth rate so white birth rates can catch up.
Oh, yep.
They would even sterilize. Have y'all ever heard of the Mississippi appendectomy?
No.
I've heard of that.
It's like anytime, this is one reason why black folks don't trust doctors. This is why they don't trust doctors, because it would be people going in there for something like they tonsils coming out with hysterectomies.
Wow.
I heard of that. Yeah, I heard of that.
What's her name? Fannie Lou Hamer?
I got family down there. Yeah, I heard that.
You know who Fannie Lou Hamer was?
Sound familiar, but no.
Sound familiar.
She went in for something. And when she came out, they had gave her a hysterectomy. They did it to a whole. That's why it's not that many Native Americans, because 1 in every 4 Native women had been sterilized.
Unbelievable.
And they did it to it was like I'm sorry to keep talking, but it's this thing on YouTube.
No,
it's called Mafa 21.
I got it.
And it talks about this whole thing we talking about with them trying to eliminate people, and they tell this story about this girl who got raped when she was like 13. She got pregnant. She had the baby, was living with her grandmother in the rural South. They were on welfare. She go to the hospital, CPS get involved, of course, because she's 13 and she's having a baby. This was 1968. Remember that number. It's 1968.
Yeah.
I know.
So she has the baby. She gets married again in 19, and then after some years, her husband couldn't have babies. She go to the doctor. They say they didn't just tie her tubes; they cauterized them, burnt them. But what happened is her grandmother. They told her, of course, she couldn't read. If you don't sign your name on this X right here, we're gonna cut your welfare.
That's how they get you.
Now, one more thing, and I'm done talking. People like to talk about how cruel everybody is, but do you know the Germans got that stuff, that eugenics and all that idea from the United States, but didn't do everything because they said the United States was too extreme. Hitler got his whole idea from United States racism.
I thought they painted like it's the other way around.
I can see that. And he built his manifesto off of it.
Of course they gonna make it seem like it's the other way around.
Of course he gonna say that. Of course he gonna say that. That's why you so mad. You so mad at America and the other countries. Yeah. Built his whole manifesto over it. To conquer. Because I think the Italians helped him, or what's his name helped him too. Like it was a lot of ideas he came up with. And they don't like to put that public either. You gotta look for that.
Yeah, because I haven't heard nothing about it.
You gotta look for that.
You gotta remember, up until a couple of years ago, listen.
We ain't talking about when he was in power. We talking about years before.
You gotta think about it, y'all. Most of the stuff we have learned is bullshit. Think about it. How many people grow up in school thinking that Christopher Columbus discovered America? Like, dead ass serious. You got to consider where you get your exactly. So if everybody believed that, so if everybody believed that and that turned out to be a lie, what the fuck else are they lying about? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to, and it's a man, I can't remember his name at the moment. He say the greatest weapon to have is the mind of as the oppressor, the greatest weapon to have is the mind of the oppressed.
That's crazy.
And of course, you got the Daughters of the Confederacy to thank for a lot of the shit not being taught. All the lies that's in the textbooks. They were the ones who took it out. They didn't want it in there. They wanted to lighten, you know, they didn't want to really slavery to be known.
Wow, that's crazy.
And this is what, I mean, this is what we live in. This is what we grown up in. And that's why all these white racists and stuff think this is the greatest fucking country in the world, because they don't know the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So if they don't know the truth, you know, that I can go on and on about this, but it kind of ties into, you can't teach what you don't know, or you don't know what you don't know.
But don't you think they having a lot of because what China and them doing now is trying to starve out the world and move,
the world shouldn't be
they've
so
been buying a
dependent
lot
on
of gold.
the world shouldn't be so dependent on countries that they shit on and treated like shit.
Right, and the world is angry at the American dollar being floated around. They constantly print it. We print more now than we did in the 80s, 1980. Huh?
Yeah, once they took away the gold standard, the American dollar started falling. Back right before they did that with Nixon, $1 was damn near the equivalent of $7 today. But now our $1, our $7 got the equivalence of $1 back then.
Yeah, they finna starve the world out.
But that's all part of that. If you know about the Georgia Guidestones, this could be all part of that as well.
Yep. They trying to assemble together. That's why they trying to do the what you call that? I forgot. Because it got something to do with the Privacy Act too. Zuckerberg, they all of them coming together. They have made the you said it before, Ed. They trying to what's that word? Not rechange. They finna
roll back.
Reset. Yeah, reset.
The great reset.
The great reset.
That's not what they're trying to do. They're trying to avoid that. Because
right,
the great reset means that puts everybody right at the starting block, equal.
All over again.
And which means they wouldn't have power.
But what I'm saying, what China and them doing is trying to, them and other countries coming together, they trying to get rid of the American dollar. They trying to sink the whole world at one time. And after then start back over with precious metals again, like copper, gold, silver, and they stacking it all.
You know that's why they killed Gaddafi, because he was trying to make a centralized African bank, which pretty much would have made the United States dollar cheaper than toilet paper.
Yep.
That's why they killed him.
Yep.
But I mean,
because the world is mad at it. The world is mad at America, and they notes.
You think America give a fuck?
I know they don't give a fuck.
You know, I ain't trying to say it like that, but you know, they don't care because
they trying.
They arrogant.
Yeah, they very arrogant.
Still a very young country, and that's something that they don't. It's old to us because we don't live that long. But this is a young country compared to everything else.
I keep trying to tell people, and their hands caught in the cookie jar. I mean, all this shit uncovering is very young compared to other countries in the world.
Well, look at what the other countries, the big countries. They weren't founded the same way that the United States was. That shit's a lie too. You know that, right?
As far as what?
The reason that we learned that we had the Revolutionary War is a lie. Basically, what was it? The British Kingdom or whatever it is. We were a colony, so we were under colonial rule still. Right. United States, being a little bratty ass teenager, don't want to listen. Well, I'm gonna do things my way, and I'm not paying you back your money from the war with the French. That's what kicked everything off. Don't believe all that the British are coming shit either, because it was a black man that did that.
What was his name?
I can't remember. I swear to God, but it was he went in the other direction. Why Patrick Henry, went the other way. But of course, the black man road was way more dangerous. He had to go through the hood saying that shit.
Paul Revere was
these niggas is out here.
They said Paul Revere was the one that
Paul Revere.
Yeah. That was a white dude.
Black man that did it the other way. But it's like this. One reason I be, I don't like just disagreeing with Kanar or with y'all, with you, Johnny. And I'm not calling nobody stupid. It's just I think I keep that in the back of my head that what we think is ain't.
That's believable.
Yeah, that's believable.
It's definitely believable.
I can see that though. I never gonna see that.
So my thing is if they could set up a whole history, they can set up a whole narrative that makes it easy for the whole world to believe.
I get that. But those of us
This is not taking away anybody's personal and individual responsibility. But collectively, a lot of us are fucked because of the shit they've done.
But we still don't have no choice in the matter?
Let me tell you something about it.
Okay.
The better your resources, the better choices you make, which makes you able to make more choices. The less resources you have, you don't have choices, you have selections.
Okay.
Which might feel like choices because you don't know what you're missing.
Right, because you weren't exposed to it.
Exactly. And that's what I be trying to tell you. I don't care what people see on TV because in their minds, they already know that this shit ain't real. It's not attainable. That's why it was so important when we grew up, we watched the Cosby Show and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Only thing they see Black people doing being rich now is playing basketball, fighting, scratching, and them damn reality shows and shit, which is staged. But if your mind is already fucked, this shit is real to you and you're going to emulate it. Just like this little stupid ass white supremacist dude emulating what Tucker Carlson, I can never say that shit, Carlson, whatever the fuck his name is, he repeating and putting in his manifesto this same shit. So I mean, it's not just us that get brain fucked. We just get brain fucked on the lowest garbage that's fed to us.
Okay, but
who's responsible if they eat garbage?
You said what?
But who's responsible if I eat the garbage that's being given? Like, that's still my fault.
Exactly.
It's your fault individually, yeah.
Right.
But if that's all your mama, it's like this. Little girls growing up, well, I know we did when I was little, you used to want to be like your mama. So I used to want to be like my mama, walking through the house with a cigarette in her mouth, her house shoes, playing her music. And that's me. Okay. But now you got these little girls seeing their mamas walk around here shaking their asses, cussing niggas out. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they think is normal, and this is what they gonna emulate.
So is that to say that the quality of mothers is diminished?
Yeah, because mothers are the first teachers.
Okay. So then it still comes back to us.
It comes back to us. But then
all of
again,
that is cool and cute when we having conversations like this. But when we downtown, this nigga got a gun in his hand. I don't give a fuck about his mama or what she used to listen to on Saturday morning. This nigga needs to die.
You're right. You're true. Shit, I mean, I'm gonna probably piss myself, but and that the thing is maybe as a woman that is my nature to think in a protective way. And I'm not saying I'm protecting these people, but as a woman, I see things from a more emotional point of view.
Right.
I get that.
That makes sense.
But we do too. It's just that we protect too, but we don't put emotion into our form of protection to that degree. We're gonna think of what more makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So to me,
you like what's done to save the masses. Like I said before, I was my job in the Army was medic. So I'm concerned with what am I going to do that's going to affect the best outcome for the greatest good. Now, granted, we can sit here and we can do whatever, and it will be beautiful if everybody was to come home alive. Right. Well, that ain't gonna happen. So this dude right here, hey man, I'm sorry, but you ain't gonna make it because you got shot in your head And in order for me to even think about dealing with you, it's going to take way too much time and resources for me to even try to deal with you. And I know you're probably not going to make it, where this dude is shot in his leg. Yep. I can go take care of dude and get him back in the fight. It's unfortunate. I'm not going to treat you like shit. Hey, somebody stay with my mans, but you ain't going to make it. Let's go over here to somebody who's going to make it.
Right.
That's I literally see it as triage. Hey, we too deep and we too far in the game to be trying to give everybody pats and hugs in the back and like, oh man, it's gonna be, hey man, fuck you. It ain't gonna be all right. You need to die. Because if you die, then the rest of us can thrive. But if we sit around trying to wait for you, nigga, nigga, what do you seriously not know what I'm telling you? Like, no bullshit. Like, do these niggas not know what we telling them? Hell no, they've heard this shit before because they got grandmas. They got uncles. Yep. If they ain't got, they've seen it on TV or they've heard it on the radio. They know, like Will said, they just choose to do something different. Not to mention all the people that we knew growing up that was on that bullshit. We heard stories. Like I heard stories about, oh, okay, this dude did what you call it. They was doing drugs. I heard like Nicky Barnes. I don't know if I heard of Frank Lucas when I was a kid, but I heard of Nicky Barnes. I don't know why.
Yeah, I heard of Nicky Barnes.
But I heard those names before, and like Larry, I heard of those names and shit. But then I also heard that they went down and this motherfucker got shot in the alley. This motherfucker went to jail for like 700 years, and this blah 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 blah. These motherfuckers have the actual documentaries. They've got the actual niggas on HBO and stuff. Either they getting out of jail or they making documentaries about these niggas. Like, yeah, nigga, the BMF, they was here. But those motherfuckers went to jail for like 700 years apiece, right? Yeah, right. They got way more information than we got, and they still on that dumb shit. Like, I don't have no sympathy for that level of stupid. Like, hey, man, you deserve everything you get.
They don't think it's going to happen to them. Oh, well, it's about how you move and all this.
Right.
How you move.
Ain't no 50-year-old man out here. It ain't no motherfucker 50 years old still carjacking. You're lucky to see 25 living that motherfucking life. Let's just be real. And the fact of the matter is, these kids, they don't appreciate their own lives. They ain't got shit to live for. Except
that's a point. I mean, and that goes with people saying they maintain and shit. I'm just trying to do good enough to make it to tomorrow.
And that's because you know what?
How's that going on?
You was brought into a world that you wasn't prepared for by the adults that's around you. Okay. And so now you on survival mode because of the mistakes of the elders around you. Because of they misjudged.
That's true.
Because they lacked the preparedness. So now what they do is they put you in a position, they let you be the man of the house. And you all are 14 years old. You're not equipped for that. You are not equipped for that. You still a kid. You put weight on it, and that's foul. You put weight on this kid. He not prepared to go out in this world. He ain't old enough to get a legal job. So what he gonna do? Rob, steal, sell dope to help your funky ass out. Now see, this,
but that's desperation on women, on certain women that does that.
Certain women, not all. Certain ones.
Not all. That's why I say certain women. And I mean, same way with men too. You get desperate, you do anything.
Yeah.
You would take security from any and everybody. Like the young goofy dudes, grown as men, they'll rob another person, and that's out of desperation. And you got some women that will use their kids out of desperation. Yep. It's all the same way. It is a vicious cycle, man.
People think life is a fucking game. They want to sit up here and live like the Kardashians and all these other ignorant motherfuckers, and you ain't nowhere near the type of money or status that they got. But they admire that. Because
they hoes. They are famous hoes.
Even if that shit real.
Famous hoes.
All they have done is fuck their way to the top.
They've been milking and drinking milk and sucking off and eating pussy and eating ass. They've been doing all this shit. So you want
sinners.
Right, they stone cold sinners. And they don't give a But this is
Stone Cold Sinner. Wow.
There it is. Stone Cold Sinner.
They want to be like these hoes. But let me tell you something. These hoes ain't shit. These some hoes. Don't nobody respect. Look, real shit. Do any man on this panel respect Kim Kardashian? any man or any woman for that matter.
When you say respect, do you mean like want to fuck?
I'm saying no. Look. Just because you fuck about, let me tell you something.
Like maybe.
Let me tell you something. Just because you fuck a motherfucker don't mean that you respect them. That just means you want to fuck them.
That's true on the man's side. Definitely on the man's side
of it. I don't know about women.
On the man's side of it.
Right.
Yeah, on the man's side of it.
As a man,
everybody you sleep with, not everybody you respect.
Exactly. Now I don't know about women.
That's the truth. Right. I don't know about women, but
get to that point sometimes, I believe.
Okay.
I said I believe with some women it can get to that point.
Shit, how about some of these women on the panel? Would y'all even want to be with Young Thug? That nigga got the RICO Act.
Hell no.
80 years in jail. That nigga up the creek.
Ain't that dude that wore the skirts and shit?
Hell yeah, he a clown too.
Hey, he finna be throwing that skirt
now.
Hey.
They got him on the RICO Act.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Well, that's another thing about these young boys not understanding. See, a lot of things went directly to, like, let's say Larry Hoover. So GD or whatever out south would do some shit, it go right to him on the federal case.
Yep.
Now, because these young rappers are saying they not part of the older people, see, that's still the protection. They don't even get that either. No, we want to be me, and I want to have my own group. Yep. Well, you know what happens when you have your own group and you a leader? You get the RICO Act. If you don't know what
it's the I just get so stupid. I can't wait for these niggas to go to jail. Because if they get shut the fuck up, they wouldn't be in this predicament. But I'm so happy that these niggas are too stupid because these niggas on there rapping. They're literally rapping about real crimes.
All that shaking up their hands and shit. And they saying they dissing themselves. Nah, we ain't like them old ass niggas, man. We ain't like Larry and them. Go ahead then, be chief. And see what you think you.
Right. Wear the crown. Wear the crown, little nigga. It's yours.
Be chief. And then it's not gonna be funny. It ain't gonna be funny when you 25 years old, you locked up for 70 years. And while you sitting in there, your other little dudes that's down there in Millennium Park still shooting and carrying on. Oh, you're going to get every 5 and 10 year on top of that. While you sitting in there, for them niggas saying they're acknowledging you and they saying you the ringleader.
And they playing in your booty.
In a big song, shit ain't funny no more.
Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
For real. They finna swoop all them, like all them young rappers. They finna get them. Think about it. They just got young. What's the other guy? Casanova 2 times. Well, he pleaded.
I have no idea who you talking about.
I know. They finna get all them rappers, all them little rappers. These young kids running downtown acting a fool over. Yeah, go in, scream out what they be saying. Rap every song, hum every word, pop every pill. You're going to be right up in jail with them niggas. All the life skills. For real. If you don't know, you will at 30, because you ain't got shit to do with books. For real. What? Hey, Kadar, what you saying? Lift weights. So you're gonna be swollen healthy.
Gotta keep them out your butt.
I'm just keeping it real.
I ain't gonna be no bitch.
Hey,
you got some churches you got some churches visit the jail. They preach to them.
That's how them convicts be getting married, though. That's how them convicts get married. We met when I was visiting the prison trying to minister to him, and he laid that good game on me. Came home, I let him eat all my kids' fruit snacks and shit.
And I rode the plane.
Yep. Yeah, they're right. So yeah, y'all right. They gonna get talked to. Don't worry.
Behind bars like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
they done.
You got nothing but time on your hand. Double time in books.
He gonna be reading a whole lot of books and beating off every day.
Right. And lift weights. And lift weights.
Yeah, that's how that works.
That's the truth.
He gonna be like 89 by the time we get out, swole as hell.
Hell yeah, well, our knowledge. Just keeping it real, man.
Why do you think about living color, them two prison dudes in that prison talk?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, I remember that shit.
That motherfucker
The
done.
juxtapositions of the minute, they all talk like T.I.
T.I.
Right.
Yeah,
How many
talk
times
like
that
that.
nigga went to jail?
He just,
How many times that nigga went to jail?
Shit, he finna
got
go
out,
back.
though. He got out.
Finna go back.
On what?
Isn't it?
I heard, it was all kind of charges up against him and Tiny for raping people and
He
drugging
said
them
he
and
was
shit.
taking the pussy.
Yeah.
Our girl wasn't credible.
Who's talking about T.I.
Which one? There was about 11 of them. Which one?
Right.
Yeah, the main the main person, that what's her name?
Her friend Shakina?
Not Shakina. The main girl that came forth with it that got all